Again, I want to thank you guys all for coming out. We got a wonderful, wonderful show planned, and now I have to follow up a New York comedian, so no pressure. Didn't plan that very well at all. So let's see where to start. And there are seats in the front, Kat. Gorgeous thing, you. There are seats right up here. I see you. Come on in. So my mom taught me a lot of things, and one of them was a really important lesson. She is a librarian. She believes very strongly in the power of words. She taught me that free speech is incredibly important, censorship, very bad. So, of course, I followed it up in being a comedian so I could say whatever the fuck I want, anytime I want. She also taught me that the way to settle a dispute with a neighbor is to take dog shit from our yard and put it in theirs. So, grain of salt with the lessons from Mom. I was driving past a church the other day, and I noticed that their reader board said, "If you like Oprah, you'll like us." You saw that? It's true. I'm not even making it up. And I think that that's lovely. And it's like, well, yes, it is true. I do like Oprah well enough. But that does not mean I want to be inside of her every Sunday. Just my thoughts on that. I learned a life lesson recently. One is that despite being married to a guy who owns a recording studio, I don't know how to work this. So there's an issue. But the lesson I learned is if you walk out of a club holding a CD over your head and shout, "I just blew the band," it turns out that people will believe you. Such was the case last weekend when I was standing in front of a club burning hot with shame. Not at all an unfamiliar feeling. But I found a silver lining to this one, and it is this. That means that this group of hip, young music lovers actually thought that I got down on my knees and sucked 4 cocks. Which means I've still got it. Always looking on the bright side. And one more little bit. This one goes out to my good friend Dave because he loves it so much, and it's only the 5th time he's heard it this week. I've been thinking a lot about the Dugars. Yes. Oh, yeah. If you are not familiar with them, they are a family with 19 children and counting, and they have a reality show to document this horrendous phenomena. They are the family that worships at the altar of one woman's prolapsed uterus. And the way it goes in that family, the spread is that some of their kids are still in diapers. Some are old enough to be getting married. So I was reading about Jessa Dugar's engagement because that is something I did. And I learned that her father, Jim Bob, appropriately named cult leader, her father allotted her 1 3-second side hug to kick off her engagement. 3-second side hug for courtship, all right? So what does that make a full frontal hug? That must be Rumspringa. But I think the real hero in this story is the gentleman who just got engaged, who has to go home and masturbate to a side hug. That is innovation, and that is true imagination. I hate this fucking thing so much. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So yes, he deserves a medal in my book. But it is pretty crazy to me that these kids are going to go from hugging to sharing their first kiss at the altar to fucking. That seems kind of crazy to me. Most of us kind of take years to warm up to that. But, you know, to each his own. I don't have a good way to wrap up this bit, but when I find it, I am confident. No, I got it, girl. I'm lying. But when I find it, and when Aaron finds it, I'm confident that it will be just as satisfying as a Duger marital bed, which is to say, not at all.